So have yourself a merry little Christmas. What does it actually mean? And when it comes to these times of the year, what's the best gift to give someone? Now, to be honest, I don't have the answer to that question. Now, what's the best gift to give to someone who's in photography? I might have an idea. But to those who are in relationships with those who are into photography and videography and cameras and lighting and things of that sort, maybe I have just the thing that doesn't break the budget that you can afford for the perfect gift that complements the person you love. And it could be something as simple as a light bulb or a shade or a system or a lens or a camera that comes attached. And sometimes the lens may cost more than the camera, but the combination is phenomenal. We're live on a set and we're discussing strategy, execution, and teamwork, especially during these holidays. All right, so Merry New Year as well, and ho ho ho, because we are live on the set. Yeah. I'm holding the 100 to 400 millimeter image stabilizer ultrasonic Canon lens, and it doesn't stop growing. And it's a phenomenal piece. I use this for my wildlife shots. Um, where I'm at and what I'm shooting, I'm just catching birds up close. So I'm able to catch the shot that I'm looking for, at the same time not losing any resolution. Now, this lens is pretty expensive. When I say expensive, I mean I got it from B&H, get a payable account, and paid off in time. But the beautiful thing is, it's in your hand to use. I also carry other lenses as a 70 to 200. I have the 24 to 70. I have a few phenomenal lenses courtesy of Canon that do the job. May cost a bit more, but it works for those that are serious about this. And as you can see, I'm still shooting off of the 24 to 70, so I'm still able to have a large space and can pull it back even more. But because I'm on the set and working, I have a bunch of things going on all around me, but keeping the things that's supposed to be in focus. These lenses do range over the $1,000, $2,000 range, but when you get your hands on it and you take the shot, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, and the person that you get this for. And if you get it for yourself, because everything that I got, for everything I purchased for self. I put it right back into myself. I didn't go out there and buy things. I went out there and continued to pour and pour and pour back into myself. And when I purchased this lens and went out into the field and got my shot, whoever you get this for will love it. Now, it's also attached to the R10. It's attached to the R10, which is maybe about a $900,000 body, but a phenomenal piece attached to this over $2,000 piece of glass. But I tell you, worth it. I also have things like the Rodecaster Pro 2. If you look up those things, that's running into the A10 Mini Pro. A lot of people are thinking about doing podcasts and things of that sort now. So now people are thinking of what's the right thing to get to take it to the next level. Some people buy a body and buy an expensive lens and question, hey, why is it not working? Because you just didn't line it up to what works for the project. Sometimes people are just thinking that they can get one good piece of glass and they can get one good body and that's just good to go. Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Because, the 24 to 70 can't do what the 100 to 400 can do versus what the 70 to 200 can do. All the lenses have a different purpose, and all my bodies do. The 5D Mark IV have a different approach towards the R10s and the other R series lenses that I possess. It's different. So, I'm speaking of expensive things, but when it comes to the passion and what you love to do, it's not expensive at all. And you have to think about it and ask yourself, what's really, really expensive? Because if you continue to invest in bullshit after time, you're going to realize that you're going to continue to capture at the same time, though, the amount of money of the you invested in full of you could have just paid for it with the good in full, with change left over to spare others. With that being said, if they're into Canon, Nikon, whatever brand, and into photography and videography, a nice piece of glass always helps. Also, just asking them, listen, I know that I noticed that you love doing this. I want to invest in this with you or for you, and continue to see you grow. And ask them. So it's easy for you to just give it to them, and then they can go do what they need to at their discretion. Because you guys all know, being an artist is difficult. A photographer, a videographer, a music artist, whatever you choose, a model, whatever it is difficult. So sometimes just asking your loved one, hey, what is it that you choose? Or what is it that you like? Because if they're into wanting to do podcasts, they're going to need an A10 Mini, the least. They're going to need a Rodecaster. They're going to need a Stream Deck. They're going to need a good camera or a good computer that's going to push out all this energy. They're going to need lighting. They're going to need background decorations. You know what I'm saying? They're going to need props. They're going to need, if they're into music, they're going to need equipment. They're going to need different things that's going to assist them in catapulting to the next level. Now, though we may not have the answer, we definitely have a world of solutions, and so do you. So when it comes to these type of things, of ideas and what you want to purchase for your loved one for the holidays, just think about what they're into. You may see the camera moving very, very slowly as it goes left to right. It's going on a slider. Having your camera operating and moving a certain way just allows the movement, the feeling, the realism to come to life, and that there are things that's around that's moving, and that's what life's all about, guys. Being around things that's moving, and when you're investing in people, invest in the things that make them move. So just don't go out there and just buying something and thinking that, hey, they mentioned it, doesn't mean that that's what they're solely into. Thank you for listening, but it gets deeper. So if you think about buying equipment's always the way to go, or investing in equipment. B&H has a Payable account that allows you to pretty much get what you need to get it off. But you have to be confident about being able to pay your bills. Don't go out there just buying and not actually being able to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And actually balance out. If you don't know how to balance that out, then it's going to cost too much. And it's best that you don't invest, but it's best that you sit back and think about what to invest in, because this is what life and relationships in this business is all about. It's about investing. Sometimes you're investing your energy and your time, your intellectual property for free. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're being paid for it. But that's solely upon the agreement that you make with whoever you're dealing with. And I will say, when it comes to equipment, do not invest in glass. Do not invest in lenses. Do not invest in lenses that do not show you what you want to get achieved. Bingo. Don't invest in that you don't see actually coming to life. Don't do it. So a piece of glass is always great. Piece of glass, a little bit of you can't go wrong. Ho ho ho. If you're like most creators, then being original is your most valuable asset. And when you're ready to make huge improvements, it can feel as if everything costs too much or it takes too long. But something as simple as updated headshots from Sumlaw can separate you from what everyone else is still doing. Those you have industry standings with recommend Sumlaw for years, so you know the job's going to get done successfully and at a low cost. Especially when those extra dollars got to go to something else in the budget, like lighting, aerial shots, photo shoots, everything else that's studio requirements. Hit us up. Free consultation. Ask your questions. Maybe we can assist with what makes sense. Once you're able to think about the finances, the process of the project goes so much more smooth. Look, we're at the end of 2023. So for your photo shoots, headshots, aerial imagery, video, as well as musical production, don't wait any longer. Come see why we're one of the best recommended on the East Coast. Protect what's worth protecting. And I'll see you guys in the studio. Peace. I could tell you guys that we are now officially out of 2023. It's over. We could finally say, guys, that 2024 is here. And if I see the same headshot, 2022, going into 2024, if I see another pre-COVID headshot, if I see another pre-COVID headshot on your LinkedIn, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your TikTok, on your Black Planet, on your MySpace, it's over. Get your headshots up to date. Give us a call. Entry level. I don't want to hear that you on this amount of millimeter lens and it's saying that, hey, that's you could do a headshot on any lens. No, you cannot do that. You can't do that. Stop lying to these people. Don't lie to these people going to the new year. So disrespectful. What's wrong with these folks? There is an entry level to headshots. There's an entry level to wildlife photography. There's an entry level to landscape. It's an entry level to everything. Be mindful of the lenses. There's nothing more than asking the photographer, hey, by the way, if you don't mind me asking, what lens are you using? What lenses are you using? What lights are you using? What it is? What backdrops? What props? Do you have any on deck? Ask the photographer the questions that brings the picture to life. Excuse me. And if the photographer's wanting to with you, you already know they probably got that already laid out. So sometimes you just got to get into the motion and you be the model and let the photographer do what the photographers do. Because that's another conversation, but that's for into 2024. But for right now, we are talking about gifts and being able to acknowledge your loved one without breaking the budget and also, making an impact. Because like I said, I don't know about the best gift. I still think about that with T, but we have so many other trips and things planned those be the things that's on my mind, that we actually talk about trips and we're planning things. So it makes me become better with saving money and focusing on the things that matter. Because when it comes to us getting to the next level, we always have to be able to provide and be present and be accounted for and be able to have a good time without thinking too much. So, and continue to represent, you know what I'm saying? Being stand up, doing what I do, and, figuring out the formula. And no formula is the best formula, but you have to just continue to just aim to give more. And sometimes people look at the holidays and be like, oh, it's the holidays, so this is the time where I'll be nice, or I'll be good, or I'll be more giving, or I'll be more understanding. No, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. See, it's about not being you partially, like I was saying, it's being you to the fullest. So it's one of those things of, yeah, the holidays come around, but for some people that's very difficult. While some people are excited, some people are even more upset when these holidays come around. And in the school system, when these holidays pop up, some of the students, who are in foster homes, who are in shelters, they aren't receiving, that same thing that they notice that some of their classmates may get. So they start to act out. These are real life conversations that exist in the system. And, it's about, getting important things, but also being present and accounted for and being able to give a gift that makes people know that you really, really think about them. So it's not always about expensive things. It's not about expensive lenses and cameras, because you can get them an eye light or the catch light for when you're doing portrait shots, and you're getting the portrait bulbs and things like that, where it immediately brings you down to the hundreds versus thousands. And it's something that when they begin to take their shots and they're catching these images and they're looking back at it and they see that ping, they see that circle on the eyeball, they know that they know that they've advanced to the next level. And if our goal is to make sure that everybody advances to the next level, maybe not at the same time, because that's impossible, but people being able to advance to the next level for what they're able to advance to. So being able to get the gift that make people continue to think about you is being able to think about, hey, maybe they need better lighting. Maybe they need a light here, they need a light there, they need a light there. They're gonna deal with Godox and GVM, great video maker. Get a GVM slider, you know what I'm saying? Get the Rodecaster. Get these, learn, go be on YouTube and learn these things, and maybe even be the assistant. Maybe even being the assistant. We live on set. See, I love music and creators, and I want you to have a studio, but I don't want the studio to have you. That's why you need to get in contact with Sumner Entertainment to make sure you do this right the first time. These guys are officially unapologetic. They will help you get a smarter studio budget plan because they're committed to getting what's right for the sole purpose of that project. That means we're constantly checking in daily to make sure you're getting what you said you want to get done. They will show you what equipment is beneficial for what you need to actually get done. Sometimes we struggle with what we want versus what we need, and now that will be a thing of the past going forward. In a nutshell, these guys actually care. That's why we call them Governor Trusted. Those thoughts you have in your head, let's finally get them out to the world. And them folks at Summer Entertainment is here to help. Give them a call. And congratulations, you're one step closer to the rest of the world being able to see what you're thinking. I'll see you in the studio. Peace. without question, back live on set. Holiday edition, I guess you can call it however you want to look at it. Santa Claus is coming to town. And you know, those stores going to be busy. Everybody's thinking about gifts. You know, people are thinking about what they want to look into, what they want to invest their lives into going into the new year. I think about it every day. I have a plan for it. I have ideas for it. I don't plan on giving up anytime soon. With that being said, like, share, subscribe. The gift. What's the perfect gift to give your loved one? Is it something of a camera? Is it a lens? Is it small microphones you could attach to yourself? Is it a drone? Is it lessons? You know, getting your loved ones some lessons as well for what they believe in is also priceless, because sometimes, you know, a lot of people are really self-taught. They're doing things, they're opening things up. They're rarely reading manuals. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what it is. They don't even realize it. But oh, sure, I got a 2-year limited warranty. They don't even know, because they're sometimes so hands-on that they don't even realize that they have warranty and they have liability and they have access to a grand of things that show them how to move faster and work smarter and not harder. And sometimes, you know, we run to YouTube, we run online, we want to look up things real quick to see what's a good idea. Could it be an Apple Watch? Could it be the Beats headphones? When you're working out, phenomenal. Is it the Apple AirPods when you're just traveling? Phenomenal. I understand what 2.0 means which is also dangerous, because sometimes you could just be really listening to some grand material at a 2.0 value, and next thing you know, there's so many chaos, so many things going on around you. You shouldn't be listening to 2.0 in public. 2.0, when you're trying to drain out that random noise, maybe shorty upstairs, you know, bumping some Housewives of Atlanta and type shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to my baby. You know, maybe a certain thing that's just going on where they're just in a zone and you just need to just tune out. 2.0 is in full effect. So there's so many different things that you could actually do to a system in what it is. Maybe it's the microphone. You know what I'm saying? It could be something like you can get the $100 microphone, or you can get a Shure SM7B off this microphone. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things you could actually do that could invest. You could buy wires. You could buy them, you know, HDMI cords. When you're connecting to an A10 Mini Pro, you need, for different devices, different HDMI cords, and they are all not the same. So don't go out there thinking that the one that connects to the 5D Mark IV is the same that connects to a R10. It doesn't work that way. So be mindful of your device going into HDMI. So whatever the device is for the Canon R10, R6, 5D Mark IV, if you was even using something as basic as a 6D, you know, be mindful of the cord that you're connecting. But everything is HDMI going into the A10 Mini line. A10 Mini Pro line. There you go. So there's mad things you could think about. You know what I'm saying? You could even get all their warranties in order. So when things start acting up, they're not so quick to thinking that it's a loss, and they're also not thinking about buying new equipment, because sometimes people have one little hiccup and they don't even realize that this is how your equipment works. Some of your equipment is not there to just sit still. It needs to be put to work. Maybe getting them some external hard drives so they can clean up that space that's inside their hard drive, so that things can keep on running smooth. Because next thing you know, we want to record and then things get halted, and then they have to spend a whole Saturday or Sunday or even a weekend or weekends backing shit up. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised that a lot of us creators aren't as organized. So being able to be an assistant and get warranties and things that we may have aligned and having them lined up so that when things do happen, when we do have some more hiccups, we're able to revert right back to it without having to think too much. And that's a peace of mind for the artist, for a creator. So when you think about gifts, it's not always about financial. You can give somebody the greatest gift by just showing them the way, showing them how to navigate. And a lot of us aren't being showed the way because a lot of us don't know how to navigate. A lot of people aren't there showing us how to navigate. So, with that being said, it's not about always giving, it's not always about spending money. It's about actually just really listening and being attentive and being present and being accounted for. And if you think that you have to spend for love, that means that you're really not loving right. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You got to know what I'm talking about. Get it. If you're like most creators, then being original is your most valuable asset. And when you're ready to make huge improvements, it can feel as if everything costs too much or just takes way too long. But something as simple as updated headshots from Sumlar can separate you from what everyone else is doing and still looking. Those you have industry standings with recommended Sumlar Entertainment for decades, so you know that the job will get done successfully at the lowest cost. Especially when those extra dollars have to go to something else in the budget like lighting, aerial imagery, and all those things that come along with in-house studio requirements, and the team is ready to help you with everything. With free consultation, you can ask questions and see exactly how it makes sense the most to you. Once able to get the finances out the way, the creative process is all you need to focus on. Plus, there's no misleading quotes or hidden fees. Everything's backed 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Protect what's worth protecting, and I'll see you in the studio. Alright. Yeah, I'm like, that shit just rock to the side. Don't go out there and spend a lot of money. Don't spend a lot. Work smarter. Work smarter. Work smarter. Do more with less. Inspire. You know, if you just told somebody how great they were every single day, that would feel like you bought them probably a Rolex if you was thinking of the materialistic thought, passion, feeling of it. Because everybody loves Rolexes. I love Rolexes. I'm going to get me a Rolex eventually. Yeah. That comes with work. You know, you have to think about, you know, the show and what I want to do with this and how I want to go about it. How I wanted to invest in myself for real. What I want to really give up. What I had to give up. What I had to learn. What I had to learn about microphones and learn about, you know, the roadcasting, these mixing boards and the sound effects and, you know, going into OBS and understanding Companion and, you know, wireless and with wires and without wires and all these different things. It really, really took me to a place where it was saying, yo, I'm learning how to board operate. I'm executive producing and screenwriting and doing all these different parts that when I sat back and looked at it, I'm like, yo, wow, I'm really, really doing 15 jobs. So for those who are one-man bands and doing all these different things, having the right technology can definitely assist them, because I know that all pieces of these devices have assisted me in this long process. It's been a hell of a journey just knowing how to make cameras, operating, coding and moving and being able to, you know, follow a certain pattern and really learn it and be up for hours and days and weeks, months, years doing this over and over. But watching the Tyler Perrys of the world continue to do it over and over, watching all these successful people continue to do it over and over, I know that I can do this over and over. I'm doing this over and over. I'm just staying consistent and staying consistent enough to knowing to even sometimes you gotta even get in with the holidays. You gotta get in with the ho ho ho. You gotta get in with the ho ho ho. And being able to understand, being able to appreciate it, being able to navigate in it, being able to be responsible in it, being able to be accountable about your actions in the process is one of the biggest flexes you could have going into 2024. One of the biggest flexes you can have going into the new year, letting everyone know how honest and how true to your core you are. I remember I was telling you about my dot. Some people have circles. I have a dot. And remember I was telling you about that dot. That dot can fill up a whole ballroom of people. So I don't ever want to make it seem as if it's just me against the world and it's like everybody, because it's never everybody. Anybody who take it the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? That's something solely on them, but again, I tell you, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And being able to continue to push is going to differentiate you from the rest of them, whoever they are that's around you or was around you, if you did the homework already. And if you're not doing the homework, the people that you have to encounter, the people that you have to modify. But just realize that, man, they don't get caught up in not being the gift. It's best that you be the gift in society towards your people in the world than thinking that any price is going to suffice. Did I say that right? Somebody's going to check me. Listen, life is really what you make it. And you know what I'm going to ask you guys? What are you making? What are you giving back into your culture that you have a passion for? What are you giving back into the community? Are you teaching kids anything? See, the thing is, that's the secret. You have to be able to have kids learn something. So for me, in my profession of me just talking and me dealing with kids and aiming to teach them something that lasts an eternity, is not the same as just, trying to be a music artist and just giving them a little bit of, hey, this is what I do. I'm a photographer. Hey, by the way, I'm a music artist. I sell a lot of records. This is bigger than that. And with that being said, going into 2024, man, I say that we all raise our hand and say teachers need to get paid more because people are getting sued out there in the world and taxpayers are having to pay for that shit. And teachers are over here teaching the youth and having to deal with the students at this time, not feeling the love, not wanting to, reciprocate love. And we got to pray for them as well. Listen, man, the end of this fourth quarter has been heavy. And I also just want to send my love, my prayers, my condolences to Berta, Tiny, Fikes. Ma'am, thank you. Thank you for being able to bring me into the school system, for me to be able to implement what I do naturally to the kids. And you was the first person to recognize it, besides Sakai, and being able to push me in for me to be able to still be present and still be able to say, yo, I'm doing my thing and I'm holding it down. And thank you for just showing me what holding it down really means. And I received that. And all I can say when it comes to just my loved ones, no more pain. So rest, as you know, continue to do my part as far as assisting the family. And this is what life's all about. And this is what it means to really be the gift, to be able to be present. Be in the present, not the past and not the future. If you're here right now, if you're the present, you're in the present. You're the gift. Being present, checking on people in real time. And these are real life conversations that people need to realize, that sometimes being the best gift for the new year is just being present. We are live on the set, and these are the ways of how we will strategize, how we're going to execute. And it definitely takes a team. It takes a village. But if you're locked in with those that matter, all my people going into the new year, I love you guys. We are fucking here. We're doing it. We're present and holding each other down. And also representing those that came before us and letting them know that we are here, present, and accounted for. By any means, right? By any means? Ho, ho, ho.